streaming live, tackling the topics everyone's talking about online. Share, engage, interact. This is Newsfeed Now.
Good morning and happy Mardi Gras. I think I'm supposed to say les on le bon te roulette. Is that right, Pat Walker? Hey, okay. All right, maybe not. Hey, we're talking about Mardi Gras. We're going to get live to the celebrations a little bit later in the show. But I want to talk about social media challenges. They happen quite a lot, from good charity causes to ones that aren't smart. Talking about ice buckets, ghost riding the whip. There's ideas that pop up ever so often, but this next one is one that's just mean. It's called the Skull Breaker Challenge. It's about getting someone to jump in the air, two people next to them, sweep the legs out, that person falls, likely hitting their head. Here's Susan Corey with more on how one mom is reacting after her son was hurt by this challenge.
It breaks my heart.
Kimberly Hearn keeps an arm around her son.
He doesn't deserve that. No child deserves that.
Kiavian should be at school.
All you gotta do is just jump.
Instead, he's home recovering from a concussion he got from classmates at Southeast Arkansas Prep.
All I remember is just being on the floor.
The teen never realized what they were about to do to him.
I jumped and then they kind of kicked me up on my legs. Like I couldn't land on my legs or nothing.
Clips like these are called the Skull Breaker Challenge on TikTok and show the dangers of the viral prank. But Hearn isn't laughing.
You make him fall on his head, like, that's got to be so cruel. And you found it to be funny.
She took these pictures at the ER.
We spent 7 hours in children's yesterday.
Doctors didn't want to take chances because of the teen's history.
It's healed up, but you can still see his scars.
Just a few years ago, Kiavian had multiple surgeries to remove a brain tumor.
As his mother, I feel his pain.
That's why she filed a report with Pine Bluff Police.
Look at the danger in this. You can cause a life. You can take a life.
The school suspended the kids involved, but Hearn knows that can't change what's already happened to her son.
Why? I just want to know why.
Screws in here to hold what's there.
Lots of questions in this one. Susan joins us live. And Susan, before I get to you, I just searched the Skull Breaker Challenge and went to images. And looking at the images, I see broken wrist bones. I see paramedics on the ground stabilizing necks. This is something that not only is it dumb and stupid, it's extremely dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, even just in the name of it, you hear the danger right there. You think about what's happening to you, of course, hitting your head like that, all the risks that come with it. At least in the case of the kid that I talked to, obviously not lucky that it happened, but good that his injuries weren't even more severe because they definitely could have been.
All right, TikTok has taken off or is trying to take down all of these videos. You have seen a lot of these videos much more than I have. Is this the right move, and do you think this is going to try to stop some of these youngsters, influential people, from actually trying to do this to others?
Yeah, and that's actually one of the questions that I asked TikTok. I said, not only are you guys, they said that we're taking them down, but I said, what are you guys doing to try and prevent, future challenges like this? Because we have seen, unfortunately, the Skull Breaker Challenge isn't the first thing that we've seen emerge on social media. When I asked the company about that, they didn't have an answer. They actually just pointed me to their terms of use, saying that videos like this aren't allowed, and that if they do see something that violates it, they'll take it down. But that is a good question and something I asked the company, and I still would like to know, are they doing anything? I know schools, parents are taking a lot of initiative to talk to kids. There's an assembly today at that school for the kid that I talked to, and they're going to be talking to students there just about the dangers here. Susan,
walk me through with this kiddo what he remembers his friends, maybe not friends, classmates, said to him when he said, hey, just jump. We're going to put it on video?
So they never, at least to me, he never told me about them mentioning video. He said when they pulled him aside, they said, hey, want to play a game? All you have to do is jump. And it's his classmates, not necessarily his friends. And he said that he had no clue what was coming next. He was kind of lined up next to two other boys, and when he jumped, they said, no, wait, we have to jump first, then you jump. He said he then jumped, and all of a sudden he felt the back of his leg being kicked, and he's like, I had no way of landing. I just immediately fell, smacked my head, and he doesn't remember anything besides being on the floor and kind of being in and out of consciousness there.
Susan, thanks. Appreciate it. Again, don't do these kinds of things. Let's stick with the good, wholesome social media things. But let's stay with social media on our show. A post is gaining traction about how parents need to delete and block children from using a certain app in order to protect them. Here's Lauren Krakow telling us more.
Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Kevin Metcalf, who's also a father of 4, says you're not going to protect your child from the dangers of social media by keeping them from having an app on their phone.
Making your child delete it from his or her phone and blocking them from downloading it, that's going to be about as effective as saying that since you're on a diet, we're going to eliminate sugar from your diet by keeping you from eating Snickers.
Metcalf says when parents restrict apps like Snapchat from their child, they create a bigger wedge in their relationship.
You create that tension, there's a lack of trust, there's a lack of communication, there's a lack of openness. That's where those predators are going to thrive.
Brittany Val Stone, a local mother of 3, disagrees. Recently, she shared this post on social media saying if you want to protect your child, make them delete Snapchat and block them from downloading it.
Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, I mean, even this TikTok is getting to where it's outrageous.
Even though her kids aren't old enough to have phones yet, she says she's seen firsthand the dangers of apps like Snapchat. 2 of her nieces were caught messaging people they had no idea who they were. So when her kids do get a phone, she's setting restrictions.
They wanted a certain app. I've already explained to them that I will be going in there and checking it to make sure nothing bad's happening.
But both Val Stone and Metcalf agree the best thing you can do to protect your kids is to have an honest, open relationship.
There has to be a flow of trust both ways. They've got to know that you're there to support them and to back them up, even when they screw up.
This day and age, you know, a lot of kids can be just doing whatever they want, and if the parents don't pay attention to and actually see it, they're going to go and they're going to get hurt.
Lauren Krakow, thank you so much. Back to Mardi Gras. Let's go to Louisiana. They know how to party down in Louisiana. Let's go live right now to Lafayette. Sylvia Masters joins us. Sylvia, tell me about the party.
Catching beads already. It's kind of a gloomy day, but that hasn't stopped many of the...
You just got hit in the head.
Here. This is called... I know, almost.
Oh, we're having technical difficulties. Your microphone's going in and out, Sylvia. Can we just take a look around? We can't hear you that well, but let's take a look around at the parade that's going on right now in downtown Lafayette, obviously. A big time there in Louisiana as Mardi Gras is a fantastic day. It's Fat Tuesday. It's the last day before Lent begins on Ash Wednesday tomorrow. Sylvia, can you hear me now? No, still having. Yeah, we're still having microphone issues. It's not a good connection there. It is a big party though there in Lafayette. You see a band coming through right now. Lots of people there on the street. You're getting beads, lots of purple, green, blue. You see the beautiful colors there of Mardi Gras and that celebration. In addition to Fat Tuesday, it's Shrove Tuesday. Now, I don't know what Shrove Tuesday is, but there's a unique race between women in Kansas and women in Olney, England. Hunter Funk joins us now to talk about all of this. Hunter, tell us about what in the world is going on. All right, so we don't have Hunter. Just Ashley, what's going on? Okay, all right. So let's take a look and see exactly what's going on right now. It looks like a fantastic race. I have to be honest here. Looks like a fun race. Hunter is now joining us live. Hunter, I got to know, what is this race all about, really? And why in the world, and what is the connection to Kansas and England across the pond?
Yeah, so this race, the connection, it started in Olney, England, and, you know, the woman, she ran to the church after making pancakes, trying to get that done before Lent, but they've been doing that since about 1450, but liberals saw it in a magazine around 1950 and, you know, decided to challenge them, so they picked it up, and now it's become international.
All right, so tell me what it is. Is it actually a pancake race? Are they carrying pancakes in those griddles?
So they have young races, and then they also have older races for men and women. And the kids aren't carrying pancakes, but they have the little pans. But for the men and women's, the women's being the biggest one, of course, They have to flip a pancake at the start, then they sprint to the end, and then they have to flip the pancake again before they can officially finish the race. So, yeah, it's serious flipping pancake competition.
Did you just call it a flippin' pancake competition?
It's flipping awesome.
Well, this is flippin' fantastic. All right, so it is International Pancake Day. Is this where it all started? I had no clue that it started about this race.
Yeah, so again, it started in only Kansas, and then they picked it up from a magazine because they saw it. But yeah, that's kind of where the pancake began, and it's become a huge tradition in Liberal. I know I spoke with one guy, and he was saying, yeah, I tell people I'm from Liberal, Kansas, and they're like, is that where the pancakes are from? And every time.
There you go. Are you racing this year?
I considered it, but I would rather be with the kids than the adults. I think I'd have a better
Is that because
chance.
you're not fat? You're not flipping fast enough?
I'm not flipping fast enough, that's for flipping sure.
Hunter, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Have a great Shrove Tuesday there in Kansas. Oh, man, a lot of fun on today's show. Thanks for joining us for Newsfeed Now. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.